Series number 2 on the young season for the Rock City Raptors, once again at home, this time hosting the Minnesota Twins. Sean Lilly was on the mound for the Raptors, making his major league debut at the young age of 18, and he did impressively in his first start. Twins with a threat in the third inning, runner on first and Chris Bryant at the plate. Lilly gets Bryant swinging on a changeup outside. Lilly would give up just one hit in his first 3 innings combined. Not a bad start. We move on to the bottom of the third, runner on first, 1 out. Sandy Donald launches one into the gap. That will score the runner from first. Donald on his horse, he'll go for third, and an RBI triple to put the Raptors up 1-0 in the third inning. Bernardo Nieves would be the next batter, and he would ground one right up the middle, which is snagged by Carlos Correa, but the speed of Nieves would get him the base hit and the RBI as the Raptors take a 2-0 lead. That would be all the offense that Sean Lilly would need as he gets Andrew Benintendi looking on the corner with a curveball, his 5th punch out of the game. He would end the game with 5 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. Clyde Booker comes in for the save with a runner on second, and he gets Dan Vogelbach with a curveball inside. Raptors move to 5-0 on the season with a 2-0 win over the Twins to start out the series. Reed McMahon getting his second career start for the Raptors. After a so-so performance in his first game, Chris Bryant would immediately greet him with a 2-run home run to left, putting the Twins up early 2-0. Take another look here with the home run cam. Bryant, 435 feet over the fence, nearly 113 miles per hour off the bat. Twins jump up early and they would stay there for a majority of the game. We move on to the bottom of the 4th inning. Raptors still looking for their first hit of the ball game, and Sandy Donald will take this ball for a trip over the right field fence. A solo home run drawing the game to a 3-1 score. Unfortunately for Rock City, that would be a majority of their offense for the game. They would only muster up 4 hits and 2 runs in this game. Joe Rubel would come in for a clutch situation after McMahon went to the showers, and Ben Gamble would take him deep for a 3-run home run, giving the Twins a 7-1 lead. The game would finish with a score of 10-2 Minnesota. McMahon would take the loss in 4 1/3 innings, giving up 10 hits. That would lead us to the rubber match between the Raptors and Twins, Paul Bruner making his first major league start after giving 5 innings and getting a win, in relief of Danny Rosenberg following Rosenberg's injury in the 2nd inning of Game 2. We start in the bottom of inning number 2, Cesar Avila at the plate with runners on the corners and 2 out, and he will take this one deep into left for a 3-run home run. His first major league home run puts the Raptors out front 3-0 in the 2nd inning. But first, Paul Bruner looking to get out of a jam, bases loaded, full count. Chris Bryant lines one up the middle, scoring 2 for the Twins. Carlos Correa up next, and Bruner would stave off the damage with a strikeout. Raptors would score a couple more throughout the game, and Avila in the bottom of the 8th, he would go deep for his 2nd home run of the game, adding some insurance. Raptors would ultimately take this one by a score of 7-3. Avila, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs in the game. Raptors move to 6-1 on the season. They will head to Kansas City next for a road trip, playing 3 games in 4 days. Hope you guys enjoyed this format where I do a series per episode from now on. Ultimately, this will help me pace the series a little bit better over the course of the year, as well as create content a little bit faster. If I do series with a little bit less highlights in between, that will mean that I'll spend less time editing, more time playing games, more time creating content for you guys. In addition, I also look to start a new franchise in the coming days. I created 30 custom teams using logos that I either created or found in the vault, and I'm still on the fence whether or not I should control just one of those teams or do all 30 and just kind of spectate throughout the season. If you guys have any recommendations for how I should handle this, feel free to let me know. I'm really excited for this new franchise series. For those of you wondering if it's going to be too similar to the Rock City Raptors, it is not. Contrary to this one, where I just take created players and everybody else is real, this roster for this 30-team session is going to be all created players. This is all the work of a guy named Bacon who's been doing this for a few years. The players are all different overall types, ages, potentials, that sort of thing. They all have full stats too, so if they've been in the league for about 7 or 8 years, their stats will reflect that, which I think is really cool. And on top of that, I put a lot of hard work into it, creating all 30 teams. I did not create all the logos, but I did all the jersey kits, did some recoloring. Most of you know that I do a lot of logo work in my spare time, and while it's cool to have a franchise like this where I have one created team that I can call my own, it'll also be really cool to have 30 full teams to this extent, and it really just gives off that complete fantasy type of vibe where anything can happen. As always, I'm open to content suggestions for what you guys would like to see on this channel. You can do so by letting me know in the YouTube comments. I also have my Twitter and Reddit links down below. But for now, that will just about do it for this episode of the Rock City Raptors franchise. We will see you in the next one where the Raptors square off against the Kansas City Royals.